Good day, everybody. How are you all doing today? Great. My name is Dr. Ricky Scott, and I am the chair of the Raleigh Mayor's Committee for Persons with Disabilities. Each October, we gather to celebrate those individuals and organizations who have enriched and enhanced the lives of persons with disabilities. And so we gather today to acknowledge that effort. Our theme today is looking back, leaping forward. So as we look back, we can see the collective good effort by those ordinary individuals with extraordinary desire and drive that have brought Raleigh to where it is today. And as we look forward, what we have here is we're going to be celebrating those individuals in the area of media, transportation, employment, and education, recreation, and service, in the areas that have certainly been very beneficial to those of us who have disabilities. So what I want you all to do here today is to enjoy this event, and we want to celebrate our winners, our award winners, who are indeed the true champions for disability rights. So also I want you to join with me as we bring these individuals forward in acknowledgement of their service to our community. And as you celebrate with us today, make sure that you connect with individuals that you may not know, so that we can continue our effort to leap forward in bringing our persons with disabilities into the mainstream of our community. Thank you very much, and we have our mayor, Nancy McFarland, who is going to bring us words today. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the kind introduction. I appreciate that very much. And it's great to see so many people here today as we celebrate the exceptional work of the Committee for Persons with Disabilities and our many partners that help with the excellent work here in Raleigh. The Mayor's Committee has been serving this community for more than 4 decades, and since the mid-'80s, the leadership of the City of Raleigh has provided the committee with support and partnership to ensure that the issues and concerns confronting the disability community are addressed. One thing I want to mention about the committee, and we were talking a little bit earlier, is I find this committee not only to be a great resource to the community, but I think it's also a great resource for other committees. I think it was Robert Parrish asked him if he would like to be on the Bicycle and Pedestrian Committee because, okay, oh, that would be you. But we really do need his perspective, and we need y'all's perspectives in all of our other things that we do. So I hope that if you're asked by council, or if you're even interested in serving on other committees, that you let the council members know, because I think that's an incredible resource. So one of the things I've really enjoyed about coming to this event is the fact that you have different themes every year, and they always have a great personal meaning to me. This year is absolutely spot on. The looking back, leaping forward, that is exactly where I feel like I am, especially 2 days after a municipal election. So we still don't know some of the outcomes. I know I'm not coming back, so that's one I know for sure. I did go to the doctor yesterday, and my blood pressure was about 40 points lower than it's been in 15 years. So yay, there's that. That's good. I'm very excited. I think that we're going to have great new leadership on the council, but I'm also excited to still be very much a part of the community and working on things like Dix Park. I'm working with a group of faith leaders all across the city, bringing them together, and mostly I'm looking forward to sleeping in. That's my goal. But every one of us has opportunities to leap forward and to be courageous and to do something for others, to do something for our community, and most importantly, do something for the future generation. This committee has long had its eye toward the future and really helping those in need. And I think that I know I've certainly appreciated all of the opportunities we've had to work together over the last 8 years. I think this committee has incredible foresight and vision into the future and what Raleigh needs to do to truly be a city for all of us. On this, our last awards banquet together, I want to say a very special thank you to some of the committee leadership. The late James Benton, who carried forth the vision for so many years. I can't even tell you how much I love James Benton. He was just one of those people that we could put in any situation, and he could just calm it down and get people to where they needed to be talking about what really mattered, and I still really miss him. Reverend Robert Owens, who stepped in after his death, I appreciate doing that so much, and Dr. Ricky Scott, who is now leading the community in new areas. So on behalf of the City of Raleigh and the City Council, thank you for the work that you do, and thank you especially for being here today.
My name is Joel Brown. I bring you greetings from ABC 11. Thanks to the committee, Mayor McFarland. Tara, thank you for having me back. Today is your day to shine, so before we give any awards out, let me offer my congratulations to all of the honorees sitting and enjoying their lunch. Before we do anything else, I want to introduce our keynote speaker this afternoon. Her name is Carolyn Marshall Covington. She is a dedicated, professional, and powerful, influential voice. She's an entrepreneur, a motivational speaker. She's a humanitarian who, in spite of a vision impairment, knows exactly what she wants and what she is purposed to do. She has passionately served in the beauty industry for more than 40 years. She's employed more than 1,500 people, many of which have achieved great success in their own right. And in the years since, she's been diagnosed with RP. It's retinitis pigmentosa. It's a devastating eye disease. Carolyn has managed to maintain her strength and maintain her resolve. And through her struggles with what has become the second act of her life, has scripted the visionary found purpose in serving blind and visually impaired people in the disabled community. She created a nonprofit. It's called Insightful Visionaries. Her strength is in her story. It's a powerful, compelling story. And as a woman of strong faith and conviction, she became even more determined to choose faith over fear. Life happened, may have taken her sight, but it has not altered her vision. Her name is Carolyn Marshall Covington, and before she comes up, they want me to play a video.
You are not your diagnosis.
A medical chart is not your identity.
And vision loss does not define you. Your drive shows who you are.
And you are not alone.
Because we are driven too.
To be a beacon of strength, a champion of courage.
An advocate for hope.
You are not alone.
Because we are stronger together.
We drive the research for the cures we're finding.
We're fighting macular degeneration,
LCA,
retinitis pigmentosa,
and the entire spectrum of blinding retinal diseases.
We fund.
We fight.
We
win.
We
are
the foundation
fighting blindness. Together,
we are fighting blindness.
Join the fight at fightingblindness.org.
Carolyn Marshall Covington.
Good afternoon. And after that introduction, I guess I don't have much more to say. It is a privilege and an honor and a blessing to be here. 5 years ago, a traumatic life experience put me in a very dark place of where I thought I would never see my way back. But by the grace of God, I am back. And it is so good to be back. But I still have a love for beauty and fashion, and two of my favorite garments were a soft cashmere sweater and a gorgeous silk blouse. Of course, with a designer label, with its special care instructions to prevent any damage. People can become labeled as well. And if mislabeled, they can become damaged goods. And today, I speak for my community, persons with disability. And we do not wear disabled labels. We say no to labels reading fragile, inadequate, unemployable, and liability. So when I show up with my red and white cane, don't just see me. Please, please try to understand me before you label me. I often ask the question, why are you so afraid of me? Are you just afraid of the unknown? Afraid of being embarrassed by me? Or afraid of just not really knowing what to say? Or simply the fear that this could be you? We are like fine handcrafted garments, individually designed by the great manufacturer. We're strategically woven with a subtle complexity that requires a certain set of instructions to fully understand what our challenges may be. God has made us all awesome and amazing, uniquely different, and more than able. So always read the care instructions before you rush to judge and put me up on a shelf or in some special section, out of reach, out of touch, and completely out of your way, and soon to be forgotten. It is not okay for you to categorize and prioritize what you think should be my destiny. Oh, if you only knew. My destiny lies in the hands of the great manufacturer, and my greatness has been predestined before I came into existence. So, if you would only take the time to fully read and understand the instructions on the label, you would be mesmerized with the gifts, the talents, and the abilities that we have been blessed with. We ask that you do not focus on our imperfections or limitations, as we are very well aware of them. And we don't give thought to those things that we cannot do, but only to the things that we are fully capable of, if only given the opportunity. We may do things a little different, some of us even a little slower to get to the same outcome. But that does not make us incorrect, incomplete, and definitely not inadequate. It reveals our ingenuity of getting the task done. Please follow the care instructions for best results. And it reads, handle me with care. This garment may have slight imperfections, purposely designed by the manufacturer's choice. Some assistance and adaptability may be necessary. No need to handle me gently, just with acceptance, respect, and equal opportunity. Do not cold wash and hang me out to dry. Do not wash us all together, because we are one of a kind. Do not stretch out of shape just to try to fit me in. And do not quick dry with excessive heat. It will only shrink my confidence. And dry flat and smooth to maintain my integrity. And most of all, if I become a little unraveled or appear to be worn or torn, do not throw me away. And remember, we are all simply remnants cut from the same cloth, with a guaranteed approval and a manufacturer's warranty. I would like to applaud those of you that will be honored today for helping us to avoid these labels by taking the time to truly understand the many challenges that we face daily. Today, we're talking about looking back and leaping forward. And I didn't want to spend a lot of time talking about my past because I am living in the now, and it's really great. I am so excited about my new community, the community of disabilities that has embraced me. And I'm blessed that God had given me such an imagination. Those of you who really know me know. Imagination and an ability to dream and dream big dreams, even from a child. My dreams were so big, I had to have 3 parts. So it was to become a famous hairstylist, to travel the world, and own a chain of salons. And God allowed me to do all of that before losing my sight. And there's so much more to do. And he blessed me with so much. He blessed me with a devoted husband who's here with me today, and of 32 years, and wonderful sons who actually support and understand the daily challenges that I face, that we face, because we face it together. I'm also blessed for the amazing support system that was already in place, and additionals have been added. And there's so many people out here in our community that don't have that support system. I'm blessed with, as he spoke earlier, that some of the employees are here today, and some of the partners that I helped to establish their own businesses that are running very successful businesses now are here today. Loyal customers from all the way back in 1980s are here today. And then my childhood friends have come all the way from the Washington, D.C. area, and that's a blessing to maintain relationships all these years. And for them to actually still support me even though I'm different. You know, I had to face the fact that my life was going to be different. And so when I slipped into that really dark place, a place that I hope no one else has to go, I was afraid. I was afraid of the unknown because I always was able to sort of figure out what my next steps would be, because I would have to plan the next steps to make these things happen. And so with not knowing anything about being blind or the blind community, I was just in a place where I thought I would never return from. I was afraid of what people would say. I was afraid of how I would look with my red and white cane. And I strut with it all the time now. I don't care if it matches or not. It's who I am, you know. And so with that fear, I had to come to a place where I had a lot of spiritual people to pour into me, and they would say that, you know, you're not blind by mistake, and God doesn't make mistakes, and that he has another purpose and plan for you. And I was okay with it. I just wanted to know, am I going to get to be a leader? I've been a leader my whole life. But I had to find out that I needed to realize I needed help first. And I had to reach out for help. I couldn't help others until I was healed. And I'm not totally healed now. But I reached out to DSB, the Division of Services for the Blind, an awesome, amazing agency here in North Carolina. And from there, they sent me to RLCB, Raleigh Lions Clinic for the Blind, where I met an amazing man, Mr. Murphy, Steve Murphy. And he wanted to do some extra activities, and I found plenty for him to do with Insightful Visionaries, with the nonprofit. So we did a lot to support, encourage, and to encourage our community. But moving forward, I had lots of mentors to guide me within our community. There were lots of organizations out there, and Mr. Lawrence Carter decided he would tell me which ones to join and what I could do there. And I just thought it was a wonderful thing to plant my feet and become a part of a community that was so embracing, and there's no judgment, there's no prejudice, there's no discrimination. Did you know that to be a part of the GMS alumni, you didn't have to go to school there, you don't have to be blind? I had to ask Lawrence, can my sighted friends come? He's like, sure, bring all your sighted friends. We don't discriminate against anyone. So they're really cool because you're able to just be you. You know, and that's what's really the beauty of it. So I'm very grateful and thankful for my new community, and that's why I'm here today to say we do not wear disabled labels. We are champions. All right, thank you.
Carolyn, thank you. As you were talking, I kept thinking about an old relationship with a girl, and we disagreed on a lot of things, but something really about that relationship that stuck with me was what she taught me about laundry, because doing laundry for me was really it was colors and whites. It was real simple. You did 2 loads, I'm done. And she taught me and made me appreciate, there's different fabrics, there's different temperatures of the water. Read, and they put it on that label on the clothes. They put it there. It's care instructions. And if you read that, it'll tell you exactly how to take care of this garment that you say you like. The same rules go for people. Read the care instructions, and she spelled it out exactly for us. So I appreciate you doing that. The purpose of the Raleigh Mayor's Committee for Persons with Disabilities Annual Awards Banquet is to recognize outstanding contributions by individuals or groups who have made a significant impact on the community of persons with disabilities. This year's theme is Looking Back, Leaping Forward. Those who we are honoring today have taken great strides to make the future bright for citizens of all abilities. Christopher Reeve once said, "A hero is an ordinary individual who finds the strength to preserve and endure in spite of overwhelming obstacles." Today, you are in the presence of many heroes, like our first 2 honorees, who are being recognized for excellence in service to the committee, which will be followed by our Citizens Involvement Award. Let's first talk about Christy Dixon. Christy has given more than 20 years in support of the committee. Christy combined her interest in both HR and advocating for persons with disabilities by chairing 2 very important events for the Mayor's Committee over the years: the Awards Banquet and the Employer Resource Day. Many years ago, the Employer Resource Day was a job fair targeted for persons with disabilities, but due to Christy's vision, it was changed to being a workshop to educate HR professionals on employing persons with disabilities. This endeavor has had far-reaching results, as these HR professionals can then advocate for persons with disabilities with managers and employees at their workplaces. Additionally, Christy was a professor of HR at Meredith College and encouraged her students to volunteer in support for the Mayor's Committee on different events. Christy has since retired, thus she will not be participating with the Mayor's Committee any longer, but her legacy will live on as we celebrate her today. Christy Dixon. Thank you, Christy. Our next award is for excellence in service, and we honor Kathy Ector Cox. She is a model of public service. She currently functions as Youth Services and Raleigh Pathways Center Manager for the City of Raleigh. For more than 7 years, she was the city liaison to the committee. Through her dynamic administrative management, Kathy helped the committee's efforts to support causes important to the disability community, from arranging sign language interpreters to supporting the Employer Resource Fair and Awards Banquet. Kathy is always consistent. She's always reliable. Kathy demonstrated great organizational, management, and planning skills throughout the years. Most of all, she demonstrated warmth and friendship to the committee. And while her official role with the committee has shifted, she will always be an important ally. We celebrate her outstanding service today. Kathy Ector Cox. Thank you, Kathy. Our next award is for citizen involvement, and we honor Mr. Lawrence Carter. He is a community advocate who has committed himself to advancing opportunities for persons with disabilities so that they can participate in the community life. He accomplishes this in a variety of ways. Mr. Carter currently serves as president of Raleigh-Wake Council of the Blind, an organization that advocates and promotes access to employment, access to transportation, access to recreation, and access to public facilities. He's also a tireless advocate at both the local and state level for voter accessibility. Mr. Carter, one of the founding members of the Governor Moorhead School Alumni Association, saw the need for advocating for children who are blind or visually impaired. Through his efforts, his Alumni Association remains a strong advocate for persons who are blind or visually impaired. And there are many other ways in which Mr. Carter has made an impact, and we want to celebrate him today. Mr. Lawrence Carter. Mr. Carter said, "Is that the good camera? Don't bring me the bad camera. I'll get shot with the good camera." Thank you, Mr. Carter. I am going to invite Mrs. Tina Clements to present the James E. Meekins Award. Tina.
Good afternoon. Excuse me. The James E. Meekins Award is very near and dear to my heart. James passed away in '99, and I realized today that it's been 20 years, and each year I have presented this award, and it has been an honor. When he passed, he took a piece of my heart with him. James walked a road less traveled because it was a road just for him, because it was his journey, and he did it in a grand way. He was short in stature, but he walked amongst giants. He was nonverbal, but he had a big voice in the disability community and in the world. This award, the James E. Meekins Award, honors an individual with a disability who is recognized for his or her outstanding achievement in the workplace and for significant contributions that increase public awareness of individuals with disabilities. This year's recipient, Mr. Kyle Snyder, is a veteran service education specialist with Wake Tech Community College. He is thought of as a humble and kind resource by his colleagues and the students he serves. Before joining Wake Tech, Kyle served in the U.S. Navy and later retired from the U.S. Army. His positive outlook makes it hard to believe that he has had more than 25 surgeries to his lower extremities after encountering a suicide bomber in Afghanistan. The nobility in which he served his country did not stop with his injury or his retirement. He is now a champion for veterans seeking to access higher education. He is also the husband of Mrs. Joanne Snyder, with whom he shares 5 children. So he's been busy, okay? As we celebrate Kyle, we can remember that freedom is not free. We also remember and thank him that he is still serving his country through making education attainable for other veterans. So like James, it looks like he never let the hardships overshadow the joy of his destination. So won't you join me in congratulating Mr. Kyle Snyder. Thank you. I shake.
Thank you, Kyle. Thank you, Tina. All right, next award. Supervisor of the Year and Employer of the Year, Large Employer of the Year. Let's talk about Mr. Darren Henn. He is the event manager for CDS Costco. In his role, he coordinates food and product demonstrators. He is also a thoughtful and caring supervisor who welcomes the employees of all abilities. He has partnered with Community Partnerships, Inc. to make gainful employment a reality for members of this disability community. Mr. Henn has demonstrated flexibility by developing work hours that meet employee needs. In addition, he has ensured that work assignments are appropriate and that extra support is there. Mr. Henn's also he's also skilled at collaborating with an employee's job coach. His employer, CDS Costco, are also to be praised for supporting his work. So today we celebrate Mr. Henn and CDS Costco for their commitment to closing the employment gap for persons with disabilities. Mr. Darren Henn, we honor you today. Thank you, Darren. Employer of the Year, medium size. This is for LCI. LCI is committed to its mission to provide meaningful employment to those who are blind and visually impaired. They are very proud to say that LCI is one of the largest American employers of those who are blind and visually impaired, with 350 employees. The company's been strategic in the creation of jobs and the implementation of support services. They provide mobility training, a buddy system to ensure employees can safely navigate the building and their surroundings. To assist with navigation, they have ADA-compliant signage, clearly marked walkways internally, externally. And for those with service animals, they provide space for them to be comfortable near the employee's workstation. Their recruitment efforts include attending job fairs and conventions at local colleges, tech schools, providing recruitment materials to optometrists and ophthalmologist offices, involvement in local extracurricular activities for the blind and visually impaired community, offering referral incentives to current employees, and providing relocation assistance. They're doing a lot. The company's also always growing and looking to advance employee opportunities. So we just thought we'd take a moment and offer our gratitude to LCI. LCI, we honor you today. Thank you, LCI. LCI table. Our Employer of the Year, Small Employer of the Year. Alliance of Disability Advocates, or ADA. It may be smaller in staffing, but it's mighty in its impact. Within a staff of 11 team members, ADA employees, 6 individuals with visible disabilities. ADA is also governed by a board that is 51% disabled, with the majority of the employees and board members having disabilities themselves. ADA is mostly controlled by the population that it serves. ADA employs individuals through their internship programs as well as through outreach at local community events and resource fairs. They partner with other organizations who hire people with disabilities. They also assist individuals with disabilities in employment searches, job readiness skills, resume and cover letter writing, as well as mock job interviews. And through their collaborative efforts, they are helping ensure that companies benefit from the many gifts and talents found in workers with disabilities. We are so thankful to ADA, so let's celebrate the Alliance of Disability Advocates as well today. ADA, thank you. All right, so look, advocacy in education, transportation, recreation, and media relations are important topics of discussion for this committee. And you're about to learn some exciting work that's being done in all of those areas in our next awards. Our next award is Excellence in Education. If you spend a day over at Lynn Road Elementary School, you're bound to encounter Ms. Cheryl Wilson, and she would likely be there advocating for one of her students. For more than 20 years, she's been a special education teacher on a mission. Her mission has always been to help students achieve their full potential. She's done that in a variety of ways, including partnering with regular education teachers to allow her students to engage in activities with their peers. Ms. Wilson also has coached her students to participate in the Special Olympics, spring and fall games, and partnered with local high schools for additional recreational opportunities. To help improve reading, she arranged for a therapy dog to make regular classroom visits. In addition to her normal classroom duties, she's been a lunchroom buddy, shoe tire, tear wiper to dozens of Wake County children with special needs. We're fortunate to have Ms. Wilson serving our children, and we celebrate her today. Ms. Cheryl Wilson. Cheryl, thank you. Our next award is Excellence in Transportation. So if you're traveling on Atlantic Ave, look for the yellow Tilden Car Care Center sign because they could be helping a special needs family with some vital car repairs. Backed by more than 70 years of experience in the industry, their mechanics are committed to excellence, and that commitment extends into serving the disability community. Through their partnership with First in Families, they have helped close to 70 households maintain safe and reliable transportation. At times, cars have been towed to their shop that didn't work, needed new tires, didn't pass inspection, and as a result of the repairs over at Tilden, these families are now able to get to work. They can get to medical appointments. They can get to therapy. These guys are skilled at giving people with disabilities and their family access to their communities in safe and reliable vehicles That's hugely important. Let's take a moment and honor Tilden Car Care Center. Tilden, thank you. I hope the folks at the ADA table didn't get too comfortable. About to bring you guys back up here again. This next award is for excellence in housing. Many organizations serve and advocate in multiple platforms, and that is why ADA is receiving its second award of the day. ADA has helped many individuals with disabilities realize safe and affordable housing through their targeted unit program. It's a housing program offered in partnerships with the Department of Health and Human Services. And through this program, individuals are able to find permanent housing and move away from the uncertainty in living in facilities that don't meet their long-term needs. They also operate the Center for Independent Living. It's located here in Raleigh. The center specializes in preparing individuals with disabilities to live a more community, inclusive, and independent life. They help with self-advocacy, communication skills, organization, budgeting, household management, meal prep, and other requests to promote independence. So we offer a second thank you to the great folks at ADA. ADA, champions of the city, we thank you. All right, excellence in recreation. Dr. Megan Martin knows how to create an opportunity from an obstacle. When her adorable baby boy, Bryce Keith Martin, was diagnosed with optic nerve hypoplasia, she embarked on a journey that would lead to new opportunities for local children with visual impairments. Today, the Bryce Martin Foundation helps support blind and visually impaired children along with their families. Thanks to their efforts, dozens of adorable kids are able to participate in the joys of childhood through events like their Pumpkins and Prizes party. They've got the Eggsplosion beeping egg hunt. They also partner with the Musicians Learning Center for music classes and Jim Carolina for mobility classes. Their enrichment programs include Braille, art, swim, got a summer camp. In addition, Bryce Martin Foundation hosts a Kids Helping Kids Festival, which helps support much of the work they do. So we are very fortunate to have Bryce Martin Foundation at work in our city, and we want to honor them. Thank you, Dr. Martin. Next one is a media award, the Media Award in Print. Let's talk about Carolina Parent Magazine and carolinaparent.com. They have again impressed the committee with their commitment to the dissemination of information important to the disability community. Over the years, they've published important articles, including the 9 things special needs families want to know, want you to know, that's important. the recommended reading for special needs families, special families, special needs. They also had a piece on how music improves learning for special needs kids. Both the print publication and the website provide timely information on ways families of all abilities can enjoy our city. And due to their November publication deadline, they couldn't join us today. However, we still celebrate their excellence. The committee will ensure that they receive their award very soon. Carolina Parent Magazine and CarolinaParent.com, we just want to honor them today. Next award is the Lockhart Fallen Mace Advocacy Award. It's the final award, very important to the committee and the larger disability community. The Lockhart Fallen Mace Award was established in memory of Lockhart Fallen Mace, the first director of the Governor's Advocacy Council for Persons with Disabilities, to honor her major contributions to the cause of disability rights. And as we think of Mrs. Fallen Mace's groundbreaking work and organization like First in Families, which surely have made her take note. It's hard to summarize in many ways. The organization stretches public funding by partnering with local business for donations and discounts to fill important needs in the disability community. Lisa Sullivan is First in Families chapter director, and Rachel Pack serves as family support director. Many years before taking on these roles, they were both volunteers. Today, they help facilitate so much more good work, including purchase of furniture, repairs to homes, to cars, funding music lessons, purchasing specialized equipment. They have also surprised families with gift cards during the Christmas season. If we shared all that they do, we would need a lot more time. So thank you to First in Families for serving Raleigh so well. We honor them tonight with our final award. Thank you, ladies. All right. Keep the round of applause going for all of our winners this afternoon. Another inspiring hour and a half or so with some of the real winners in our city. Let's have some closing remarks from Tara Waters. She is chair of the awards banquet and always does a great job. Tara, thanks for having me, and thank you all. Tara.
Well, good afternoon. As Joel mentioned, I'm Tara Waters, the chair for the banquet this year. And today I stand here so very proud of our city for the amazing way these award recipients have made sure that every citizen can enjoy the best that Raleigh has to offer. So I'm so very proud of you. So thank you for the opportunity to serve in this capacity. It is also my pleasure to close out today's events on behalf of Dr. Scott and the entire committee through offering acknowledgments and thank yous. Special thank you to the McKimmon Center, Kaplan Catering, and Fallon Flowers for helping us have a wonderful time together. And also, I have to say a huge thank you to ABC 11 and Mr. Joel Brown, who has so graciously supported the banquet in the past and is here again this year. You probably see Joel on the evening news, but he is such a warm and friendly person, and he does a number of stories that really impact the disability community. So the next time you're looking at Joel and Amber Repenta, remember that he has a heart for his community, and that is shown by his presence here today. So thank you so much to Joel Brown. We thank Reverend Robert Owens, our past chair, for being here today, as we have missed his gentle yet powerful presence at our regular meeting. So happy to see you. And we also thank Mrs. Carolyn Covington for so graciously sharing her journey with us today. This is a beautiful journey. And sincere gratitude goes to the City of Raleigh Office of Human Relations, which is led by Dr. Audra Caesar, and Marquita Mbonu and Deja Diva are staffed at office and have really done a tremendous job doing things behind the scenes that have made this event come together. So applaud these wonderful ladies. And I would now like to invite all the past and current members of the Raleigh Mayor's Committee for Persons with Disabilities to stand or wave to be recognized. So if you are a past or current member of the committee, please stand or wave to be recognized. Lori Millette is here at front. She's the one who helps us get all the information out to everyone about all the activities that we do. So it's always good to put a name and a face together. So this is Lori Millette. And the committee as a whole puts this event together, so it is a collaborative effort. And finally, the committee has noted the importance of the word mayor in its name and wishes to offer appreciation to Mayor Nancy McFarland for her support and service. She has made it a point to support the committee's work and to participate in its activities and events throughout her time in office. As Mayor McFarland completes her last term, the committee wants her to know that she still has a seat at the table next year. So hope to see you here. And thank you all for being here today. My prayer was that all the right people would be here today, and you all are the right people to celebrate this tremendous work being done in the community. So blessings to you all. And please continue to work to help people with disabilities to participate in the economic and social life of the city of Raleigh so we can celebrate even more achievements this time next year. So mark your calendars. Thank you all.